Hi everyone, I'm AS Sandesh.
Today, my topic is about lung diseases. Lungs are main organs present in our body. There is a pair of lungs present in our chest cavity. They are spongy air-filled organs. The main function of lungs is respiration. It is the exchange of gases. Now, we are going to see about 5 lung diseases which affect lungs and its functions. I have chosen 5 lung diseases which are emphysema, cystic fibrosis, pneumothorax, silicosis, and asthma. First of all, we are going to see about silicosis. Silicosis is a lung disease which is caused by breathing of tiny bits of silica particles. Silica is a common mineral found in quartz, sand, and many other types of rocks. Silicosis mainly affects workers exposed to silica dust in jobs such as construction and mining. Some common symptoms of this disease are cough, shortness of breath, difficulty in breathing, fever, night sweats. Silicosis is determined using various methods such as chest X-rays, CT scans, bronchoscopy tests, etc. This is a simple model of alveoli. Here we consider this as bronchial tubes, pulmonary vein and pulmonary artery. These are alveoli sacs. Now here we see the black spots in the alveoli. These we consider as silica dust. This silica dust ruptures the walls of the alveoli and make their function very slow. So less oxygen dissolves in blood and there is a lack of oxygen supply to all our body parts. Hence, this increases the breathing rate of a silicosis affected person. Once a person is affected with silicosis, there is no particular cure for this disease. The only way is to relieve symptoms and reduce the progression of this disease. This can be done using various methods. Some methods are: we can use a bronchodilator to relax our air tubes and decrease inflammation. The other way is to reduce other cases of irritation to our lungs, such as smoking cigarettes, etc. The other way is to just quit the jobs which are exposed to silica dust. The next disease we are going to see about is emphysema. Emphysema is a condition that involves damage of air sacs in lungs, that is alveoli. There are about 300 million alveoli in a normal lung. When we breathe in, the alveoli stretches, oxygen moves into it and it dissolves into the blood through its walls. When we breathe out, the alveoli shrink, forcing the carbon dioxide to move out of the body. When emphysema develops, the alveoli and lung tissues are destroyed. With this damage, the alveoli cannot support with the bronchial tubes. Due to this, the bronchial tubes collapse and they create an obstruction and a blockage. Due to this blockage, the air traps inside the lungs. Also, due to this, the alveoli are damaged, so less oxygen will be able to move into the bloodstream. Smoking is the main cause of emphysema. Other causes also include other air pollutants in both home and industries. Symptoms of emphysema include shortness of breath, long-term cough, wheezing, and ongoing fatigue. The main treatment for emphysema is to quit smoking. Other treatments include bronchodilator and anti-inflammatory medicines. The next disease we are going to see about is pneumothorax. It is also called as collapsed lung. This disease occurs when air enters into our pleural space. Pleural space is the gap between the two layers of pleura. Pleura is the outer lining of the lungs. The air entered in the pleural space can build up pressure. This pushes the lungs and make it collapse partially or sometimes it collapses fully. Some common symptoms of this disease are shortness in breath, decrease in blood pressure, decrease in oxygen level in blood, increase in heart rate, and acute chest pain. This disease leads to pressure on lung, trachea, heart, and other structures of body. This also leads to heart failure and death. Pneumothorax is treated by various methods such as needle aspiration, chest tube drainage, and chemical fluorodesis. There are various causes of this disease. Some are injuries. This include gunshot wound, stab wounds, and also traumatic chest injuries. Now we can see about the outline of a pneumothorax affected lung. This is a pleural layer and this is a pleural layer. The gap within is pleural space. Now the air enters into the pleural space, it creates a high pressure. This high pressure pushes the lungs towards upwards. Due to this, the lung collapses and there is a lack of oxygen. Only the other normal lung supports the body. Now we are going to see about asthma. Asthma is a disease which affects our lung airways, that is trachea, bronchi or bronchioles. It is a chronic disease and doesn't goes away and needs a continuous medical treatment. There are three main things which happen during an asthma attack. First one, the muscles around the airways contract. Due to this, the airways become narrow and air cannot flow through it easily. Second, the airways may become swollen, so less air moves through it. Third, during this attack, body makes more mucus, so this thick mucus clogs the airways and less air moves through it. Causes of asthma attack include air pollution, exercise, molds, tobacco smoke, and certain occupational exposures. There are some treatment options to control the symptoms of asthma. They include anti-inflammatory medicines and bronchodilators. We can also breathe in some medicines for asthma using a metered dose inhaler or nebulizer. The next disease we are going to see about is cystic fibrosis. It is an inherited disease which causes sticky and thick mucus to build up in our organs. Normally, in the linings of our ducts, we have slippery and watery mucus. But in a case of cystic fibrosis affected person, the mucus is thick and sticky. Due to this, the substances cannot move easily through them. This disease is common in lungs, pancreas, liver, and etc. In case of cystic fibrosis, the cells which produce mucus are affected, so mucus becomes thick. Some common symptoms of this disease are loose stools, recurrent wheezing, trouble in breathing, recurrent sinus infections, and slow growth. Treatment for this disease include techniques for clearing mucus from airways and CFTR modulator medicines. Let us now consider this as a bronchial tube. It is normal and it has more cross-sectional area. Now we come to the other case. Here the bronchial walls are filled with thick and sticky mucus. This is because cystic fibrosis disease affects the mucus secreting cells and the secreted mucus becomes thick and sticky. Now when we compare both the things, we can see that the cystic fibrosis affected bronchiole has less cross-sectional area than the normal bronchial. So less air moves through it, which causes difficulty in breathing.